Hello everyone, how you all doing? So this video is how to read rhythm 10 basic concepts lesson 2. Last time we learned about crotchets, minims and semibreves, and this time we're going to focus on quavers. However, before we do that, we need to learn something called BPM, or beats per minute. Beats per minute is how fast something is. So for instance, at the top of music you'll see a crotchet equals, and then it'll have a number next to it. So this is an example, so crotchet equals 75. This means that we play 75 beats per minute. So we'd play 75 crotchet beats within a minute. So it's kind of like having like a second hand on a clock, but moving faster and having 75 of them instead of 60 of them. The next thing I want to talk to you about is rests. Now, we're not going to go too into detail about this for now, but I want to just show you a crotchet rest, or a 1-beat rest, which looks like this. Rests are parts of music when we don't play, so it'll last for 1 beat and it means we don't play for that 1 beat. So the next thing we're going to talk about is quavers. In American they call them eighth notes, and we're going to phonetically say T, and they last for just half a beat. So quavers, when they're on their own, look like this. But when you join them together, they get linked together by the stem, and they look like this if there's just 2 of them, and they also look like this when there's 4 of them. So like how we had the first group, which was 4 crotchets together, we can also have exactly the same first group, but 4 quavers together. Now this only lasts for half the amount of time that the 4 crotchets last for. So basically, they're twice as quick. What you'll notice is we've put 2 rests in after that to make sure that we understand that quavers are twice as quick, which means that they leave space in the bar to not play. So let's try clapping this together. I'll count us in up to 4, and then we'll try and clap it. And make sure that you say T for quavers and tar for crotchets. Here we go. So the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4. T, 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 sh, sh. And also, don't forget, for the squiggly line that is a rest, we're going to say sh, or just sh. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. T, 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 sh, sh. Now let's look at the second group. So for crotchets and minims, it looked like this. But for crotchets and quavers, it's going to look like this, which means that it lasts half the amount of time and it's twice as quick. So again, we have the 2 rests to compensate for that. So let's try clapping that together. So it's going to go, I'll count us in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, ti, ti, sh, sh. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, ti, ti, sh. So now let's look at group 3, which was 2 crotchets and then a minim, which looked like this. So this one is going to be 2 quavers and then a crotchet, and then the 2 rests to compensate because it's twice as quick. So let's try clapping that together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ti, ti, ta, sh, sh. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ti, ti, ta, sh, sh. Now let's look at group 4, which for crotchets and minims was crotchet, minim, crotchet. For quavers and crotchets, it's going to be quaver, crotchet, quaver, and then the 2 rests to compensate because it's twice as quick. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ti, ta, ti, sh, sh. And we'll try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ti, ta, ti, sh, sh. Now the very last thing we have to talk about is how quavers are grouped when there's more than 4 of them. In 4/4, we never group quavers across the middle of a bar. So for instance, we would never do this if there were 6 quavers and then a crotchet. We would never group them like this. However, what we do is we group them in groups of 4 and groups of 2. So you would never have 5 in a row. You could have 4 quavers and 2 quavers and then a crotchet like this. So this would look right. This leads me to when I'm reading rhythms in 4/4 and trying to read quaver and crotchet rhythms. If we use these 4 ways of groupings to break them up, then we can split the bars in two and try and just chunk the rhythms as we go. So if we look at the piece cutting it in half, and we look at the second line, and then we split that second line into half bar chunks, it makes each little cell easier to read. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a go at playing my piece of music, cutting it in half, and we'll start off with the chunking broken up on the second line, and then we'll do it again, but without the chunking broken up. So let's play together, cutting it in half. So you need to get your practice pad, your drumsticks. You can also get a pillow, or you can just clap your hands, play your instrument, tap a desk, and just try and play this rhythm along. We're going to say all of the rhythms. So say the shushes. We're going to say T for Cuevas and Ta for crotchets. Try and keep up with me, and there'll also be a metronome to keep us in time as well. So read the rhythms along as you would read a book.
1, 2, 3, 4.
T, 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 sh, sh, ta, T, T, sh, sh, T, T, ta, sh, sh, T, ta, T, sh, sh, ta, T, T, ta, T, 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 ta, T, ta, T, ta, ta, T, 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 ta, sh. Let's try cutting it in half again, but this time we're going to take away the guide lines, or the guide dotted lines that have broken the bars in two, just so that you get used to reading it without those. T, 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 sh, sh, ta, T, T, sh, sh, T, T, ta, sh, sh, T, ta, T, sh, sh, ta, T, T, ta, T, 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 ta, T, ta, T, ta, ta, T, 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 ta, sh. Thank you very much for watching How to Read Rhythm 10 Basic Concepts Lesson 2. Don't forget to check out the next lesson. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.